Hey everybody, Darlene here at Petal Academy. Thanks so much for joining us on our Flower Fact Friday. Today we're going to be talking about the white lilac. So you can see this gorgeous variety has a nice double full white bloom. So lilacs typically come in colors of whites to, I believe there's a yellow variety out there, mauves, sort of a pink, purples, dark purples, and even two-tones. So there's that white and purple variety. This variety is double white and it's called Madame Lemoyne. So that's its variety name. And people always struggle with lilacs a little bit as far as getting them to perform well when they bring them inside, if they're cutting from their own lilac bushes. So a couple of tips that you want to take into account are the time of day that you're picking them. You want to get out there in the morning or in the evening to pick. Don't pick at high noon when it's really, really hot outside. They do not like that. So pick them in the morning or the evening for best results. The other thing you want to do is you want to look at these stems and you're going to see that we've taken off all of the greenery. So we remove, even from the top all the way down the stem, we remove all of the greens. And what that does is when these get into a vase of water and preservative, it gives the bloom the most benefit from that preservative instead of the foliage fighting for some of those nutrients. So all of those nutrients are going to go into this bloom, which is key. The other thing that is very important when you're dealing with lilacs is you want to cut it properly. You want to cut that stem properly. And we're dealing with a woody stem. So when we're dealing with woody stems at the studio, we trim the stem on an angle like so, and then we're going to trim the stem upwards and again upwards. So I'm going to show a close-up of that just so you can see that in the video. So what that does is that gives this woody stem a really large surface to take up as much water as possible. And that is what is going to get into these blooms and help them perform as best as they can. Typically lilacs are going to last between 4 and 6 days when you bring them inside. If you're wanting to keep them longer, if you're having a party or something like that, one little tip that I will say is you can pop them somewhere cool, like into a fridge or whatnot in between having them on display. So say if you're having, some people over for a party on a Friday night and then you also want to use them for a Sunday brunch, you can just pop them into the fridge on, for a couple of days in between, and that'll help keep them nice and fresh. Or you can pop them into your garage or somewhere cool. Keep them somewhere cool. If you're just wanting them to enjoy in your home, another thing you want to do is you don't want to display them in a bright sunny window, anything with a lot of heat coming at it. That is not going to be a lilac's best friend. So try to keep them somewhere in a cool, out of direct sunlight location. And you want to make sure that when you're trimming them, you're putting them right into that water. So the trim, the double cut right into some lukewarm water with preservative for best results. And you will see these perform beautifully. One thing we do use at the studio from time to time is a quick dip solution. That'll give these a little bit of extra sugar. So if you happen to have any of that kicking around at home, that will help ensure that they get proper hydration. If you don't have that, it's not a big deal. Just keep those stems trimmed right into the water, and you want to make sure that you're changing the water if the water gets murky or dull or anything like that. So those are a few tips on how to keep your lilacs fresh and looking fabulous when you're enjoying them in your own home. Thanks so much for watching today. If you like this video, please subscribe below, and don't forget to check out petalacademy.com for all things floral. Until next time, live life in full bloom.